when these teeth had been grossly mutilated, the way that they were done, they cut through the pulp canals, killing 3 of the teeth initially, and this one still had a little vitality, only enough to cause pain.
Basically, Hercules underwent the same type of root canal you and I get at the dentist's office, and we're happy to say it was a success. One more note, Dr. Jameson, who you saw actually doing the root canal, donated his services.
Have you noticed?
The mountain lion had 4 root canals today to repair damage to his teeth. The animal has been living at the GW Exotic Animal Memorial Park in Wynnewood. He's been in severe pain ever since his previous owner sawed off 4 of his teeth, leaving the nerves exposed and making it painful for the animal to eat.
He'll be up to snuff pretty much within a week. We'll probably put him on some antibiotics and some meat for a few days to make sure that any residual infection that's in the bone is going to be gone.
Now, the dentist donated his time, and the rest of the operation was made possible by donation.
And more local
True, but there could be one exception.
Today, a Southern Oklahoma dentist performed one of the most common dental procedures, but on one of the most unusual patients.
Matthew Wells was in Wynnewood today and has more on the story.
Meet Hercules, a mountain lion who's been through more in the past year than he could ever bite off in the wild. It started as a family pet in Ardmore, but after suffering 8 months of oral torture from his previous owner, today he went through 30 minutes of what dentists call a life-changing surgery.
And it had some very rustic, let's say, dental work done on this cat, and had left 4 of his teeth non-vital but infected. And so what we were doing today is actually doing root canal therapy on this large animal to be able to get him out of pain.
Back in November, Hercules was one of several exotic abused animals owned by Fred Berger of Ardmore. Berger sawed all the cat's teeth down to the gum line, leaving the cat's nerves exposed. And on top of that, when it came down to either feeding the cats or Berger feeding his family, the cats started to become malnourished.
Now behind me is all that's left of the animals' cages where the cats were cared for. But that lack of care had state wildlife officials come and confiscate the animals.
But when we found them, were in such poor condition, and that they were really on a life-threatening situation. We feel like there was very little time for them.
But part of the road to recovery involved sedating this wild animal, and the doctor putting his hands into the mouth of a beast, putting an end to Hercules' 8 months of agony.
I think he'll be real tickled pink. I think that he'll be able to eat normally again and without the pain that he was going through consistently.
Matthew Wells, First News, Wynnewood.
Now, Hercules actually lives at a wild animal refuge in Wynnewood. Because they depend on donations to take care of the animals, the dentist for today's procedure worked free of charge. We're told the cat should have his first meal sometime tomorrow. He should be just fine.